Ron says, I recommend AdWords, like you've said. Yeah, AdWords is a fast way to, come up really high on searches because you're paying for it. But some people, don't have the money to do that. So they utilize other means and they want to come up organically. And there's nothing wrong with that. But obviously, as Ronnie said, you can do AdWords. Steve Williams said, I use a structured data markup code generator for a few of my pages on a Wix site, and it seemed to help a lot. Yeah, I mean, anything that can help tell you what you're missing on your page so that you can correct that is going to help. There's a lot of, tutorials on some of these things like Wix or whatever that can walk you through the process. What it doesn't necessarily tell you is what keywords you want to focus in on and things like that. Like a good example might be one of the things, obviously we do a lot of work with people in the window film industry, and a lot of people want to have their website optimized for things like residential window film, which is great, to a certain extent, if you also have some other things. But the reality is most customers aren't typing into Google residential window film. That's not what they type into Google when they're searching for things. A lot of times they'd search something like home window tint or window tint for home windows or, things like that. So you have to do your SEO. Also, it's important to have all the elements filled out, but it's also important to understand what you're optimizing your web page for, because if you optimize it for things that nobody's searching for, it may go through a website grader and show you got great marks on a website grader because all the boxes are checked, but it's optimized for search terms that nobody's searching for. So that's where sometimes just a blanket website grader or whatever doesn't tell you the whole story, because it could be optimized and pointed at the wrong target and your website's not going to get good traction. And you're like, why? Like all the SEO checks out, but you've optimized it for something nobody's searching for.